for the movement. Yes, the prayer line is full. They have 3 Jummahs in many places around the country, or at least 2. They do that. That takes care of their religious aspect. But we don't have a religion, we have a deen. And the deen is, remember the little old boy was saying, your politics. And I just told him the same, no, from one of our great leaders. He said, my deen is my siyasa, and my siyasa is my deen. My politics is my religion, and my religion is my politics. That's what he said. And that's true. He was telling me, you're mixing politics. This is not America. But anyway, I'll move toward a close. This is a bigger jump up. When the smoke clears from this transition, we'll probably be in a whole lot bigger or better position than we are now. We're just trying to choose the steps. If it was up to us, we just let everybody off to bygones as bygones, kindness, forgiveness, all that stuff. Cover the brothers' faults. We've been covering their faults for 35 years. We've been covering their faults for 35 years, and they're not getting any better. Okay, so the other part of this is defense of Islam. See, now delay, there comes a time when delay could become procrastination. We've delayed systematically and with excellence all along. But now it's time for us to put things to rise to the level of the defense of Islam. That's what it is. To the defense of humanity. To the defense of civilization. Really, I know it sounds crazy starting to listen to this kind of talk here, but civilization is threatened now by these people. It's threatened. Anybody want to turn the heat up just a little bit? Not that I'm getting chilly or nothing. My feet's getting a little cold, but I see everybody got their hands either in their pockets or close to them. Okay, so that's why we're saying to everybody, bygones is bygones, but we got to straighten this one out. We are not going to put up with whatever we can acquire of power and authority. We're going to try to implement it in the right way with the same basic principles that we've always had. Kindness, optimism, and humor. That has really been a big key for us as a community. Okay. So, kindness takes in gratefulness and all of that those other characteristics. But, especially where Iran is concerned, we're not going to just sit back and, because see, we have a deeper stake in that. So, they can't tell us whether you're in or you're out. So, no, boy. You should have left me at home, left us alone in Oakland. If you didn't want us to play no part, it's not we used to have a saying about, this is not your revolution. We used to say, it's our revolution, and we're letting the Iranians play a part in it. This is a joke. But in the back of our mind, we were serious about it, because we've been watching them every day they've been here. We've been watching who went home, who stayed, just like when we talk about people, I say, yeah, that happened 35. I've been watching them all the time because we could pick up from where this voting stuff didn't just start. People's talking about voting way back when, 81, 82, and all of that. And I was telling them what I was telling them then, because you know, when you're younger, you tell them, well, Negroes got to vote. They got the Black Caucus, ain't got nothing else though. And just wait on Boss Man. He'll be by with a basket. Everything he gave Negroes in the 60s and 70s, he done went around now and picked them all up and put them back in his basket. And it's worse. They can choke a nigga anytime they want and it's okay. They can shoot nigga gun and they shoot. They never shot nobody 40-something times, 30 times. And they just shoot you once or twice, you know. It sounds like there's a step up, but it is. They used to shoot niggas just once or twice. And even you could fight the police. Some Negroes took police's guns. Now you can't do nothing. You can't you can't do nothing. That's giving a dumb, not a dumb, but a not so educated white man too much power. Where he got the power of life and death. Your life, your death in his hands. And he knows he can shoot you. And it's a 1,000 out of 1 chance of anything happening. But going to jail or loot, in fact, they gonna give him, as customary, 2 months off to get himself together. With pay. Yes, he is. Now just imagine a common Euro that don't have too much money. Kids need some medical treatment or something. And he know he can shoot you and get 2 months off and work with his daddy doing carpentry, make some extra money and get some money too. So one day just one police shoot one Negro there. Some of that, they could make that a style. Shoot, I need a vacation, man. Let me go shoot me. That's what it means. That's what it means on paper. If I shoot you, I'm the white man, I get time off and I'm not going to lose my job. And if I do, they're going to give me a job in California.
Working security or...
with extra pay.
or
yeah.
Go to Qatar or somebody and work.
Or let you start your own security joint.
That's right.
We need more snitches, so you start a security joint.
That's right.
And gun training and everything. Anyway, so the odds against, the physical odds against the success of this movement what we're talking about, I'm not even going to mention them because you would believe that I don't think we're going to be successful. But I am, the word is yakin, for success of this movement. That's what I have. I have yakin. I believe this thing, it can't miss. But I don't think everybody else is going to look. They're going to say it can't happen. Buddy, what you just said is true? Yes, it's true. It ain't going to happen. It never has happened. But we got everything going our way. Boss man bites the dust means he's not the same guy he used to be. Do you know even in the boxing ring, champions get old? On the basketball court, people get old. Running track, people get old. It's the same birth, growth, decline, and death. Empires. I saw a thing on the thing the other day. It was a whole series. I stayed up all night. It was the Ottomans. It was about Fatih. You know, Fatih that made the big cannon that blew the walls of Constantinople. But it was more historical, and it looks like the Turks made it, but it was in English and everything. And it said the Ottomans, when one empire is rising up, another one is coming down. That was the technical transfer of the Roman Empire at Constantinople, right? And remember, the Hadith talk about those two cities, which one would be conquered first, you know. And Constantinople was last, but it was not. They said 21 conquerors came and tried to knock over Constantinople. In history, because it's been there forever, you know. And Fatih came, he was 21 years old, you know, and knocked that boy. It wasn't easy, but he knocked him. And wasn't nothing going his way hardly for a long time. Nothing going his way. But the Quran, the Hadith verified this period. The rise and fall of nations are in the Quran. And when one is coming up, you can't speed it up or slow it down. When one is going down, you can't slow it down, you can't speed it up. The United States is going down on all things. Don't worry about this little blossoming economy. They're just following something we said a long time ago, that the rich ought to put about 20% of their money back into the economy, and that'll spur up a little bit, you know. And if they put in 20%, they'll get back 80%, because, you know, when they invest in the economy, they don't get everything out, because they're the one going giant, they're the one on all, and the money gonna go up to the top, you know. That's what the U.S. is doing right now. It's just reinvesting them big white folks, and they might want to keep Don in for a while. Everybody say how bad that would be. Is it bad that Don is in there now? Absolutely not. That boy is, see, George wasn't good enough and wasn't smart enough to F up the whole thing. He just messed it up bad, right? And the white folks got sense. They said, George, you blew it real bad. He done made everybody mad at us. You know, almost as bad as Trump, but not quite as bad. Right. Remember, no more French fries, freedom fries, because the French wouldn't work with them. Remember that? Yeah. Freedom fries. Hey, man, I want French fries. I don't care what you say. I know what I want. Right? No more French fries, freedom fries. George Bush and his crew was calling it old Europe. So he messed up. Then the white folks brought Obama in. He smoothed it over for him. He brought him out of the, hey man, we call him a white man's Negro, but actually more Negroes got killed on his administration and stuff like that. They did, I'm telling you. And we said it from day one. But you know what? He did better than we expected. We thought the whole floor would fall out. Well, we thought they're going to blame everything on him, which they did. And what's the name's economy? He didn't fix this economy. Obama fixed it. It was already on a roll. It was in its 8th year of a roll when 8, 7, 6. It was 6 years. Boom, 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 boom. So he's taking credit for everything. But anyway.
You know, I was listening to some general, and he was talking to Obama, and Obama told him, he said, you know, there's a bias towards war in this city. And Obama said, and the guy was saying by his reaction, Obama was like, and I don't know what I can do about it.
Right. Hey, technically, now Obama was smarter than all the white folks. Right. There's no doubt about that. He was sharper, and his wife is super sharp. The smartest thing he ever did was marry that dark-skinned woman. Boy, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's the smartest thing, because she was bigger than he was. She's the one that eased him into everything. He was just a big-eared Negro from over somewhere, going to school in Indonesia. He didn't hardly know a Negro when he saw one out those Negroes raised by white folks, you know. And his granddaddy called him a nigger every other day. Little nigger, you know what I mean? And his mama was top flight CIA, right? His mama was top flight CIA, you know. And that was her job, to marry people of color. They got right across their job. When the African did his thing, she married an Indonesian. So her thing was go somewhere and marry people of color. That's the job. That's white girls, Negroes, they marry each other all the time, have kids. That ain't nothing. They wouldn't do that and they have kids. They wouldn't do that to their father. They would, I say, you haven't read history. You don't read no history, you know. Anyway, let me try to finish up. We've touched all the bases. So we'll speak about it more on Tuesday, because we'll probably stay here till at least Juma. We may leave Saturday or next Sunday. We'll wait till the 3rd. When is the 3rd? The 2nd or the 3rd? That's Monday? That's probably when we'll, the 3rd. The 2nd is Monday. Yeah, okay, no, anyway, I looked, that's, so, now brothers, we want to close with a real kind of the truth. We want to reintegrate with you and the Ummah to try to save yourself from the hellfire. That's what we want to do. We want to try to help you. Whether you want it or not. We want to try to help pass on what we've learned. And we're not here because we're lucky. The white man that threw everything at us but the kitchen sink, you wouldn't believe it. I cannot tell you what we've had to endure to be here today. The reason we can relate all this stuff, because we had the ability to sit it out, to take it, you know. When the hadith says there'll come a time when holding on to your deen would be like holding a hot coal in your hand. That's what it's been like. That's why in '88 I wrote on that thing, maybe it's time for me to pop a cap and 4 or 5 munafiqs, I think I said, yeah. Right? That's what it said. And we want it to be public. We want it to be, you know, everybody know we did it. But they won't be able to prove it, of course, because you don't want to go to prison for the rest of your life. That was the end of that period, 1988, of that type of thinking. That was the end of it. That's why I brought it here, to remind myself. That's why we have all these, to remind yourself, not only of where everybody else is, but where are you at? You got to know yourself or you're finished. We want to help. This humble pie stuff, that's just stuff we wrote down. We want to help the Muslim Ummah fulfill its righteous place in America with all of its possibilities. This ain't gonna do it. It ain't gonna do it. And whoever wrote this, you should spank them, but not hurt them, but just spank them. No, waterboard them, something like that, you know, where they know it's real. But this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. It's not even right to have it like that. With all these wicked people. All the stuff, I don't mean to keep talking so long, but we got some parts of the doggone Constitution right here. Congress shall not make no laws respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging freedom of speech, or of press, or the right of people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for its redress of its grievance. That's number one. Number one, the free exercise of being around who you want. Go find out who's been a so-called terrorist suspect, hang out with him for a while. Why you think none of the mosques have nothing to do with us? Because they done said, it ain't no proof, but they done said them niggas that is bad business. And everybody done listen to them. And they got a specialized crew. One crew go to the foreigners, tell them what they need to hear, and it works. One crew, another crew for the Negroes. They tell the Negroes. And one crew for the general public, in case somebody just stumble in, white or something. I want to hear about Islam. If you won't hear about it over there, you better come with us. We're going to rescue from them. And freedom, abridging the freedom of speech. Yeah? You can say what you want. You used to could say what you want, but it would be a cost. But you ain't gonna say what you want now. Even on the internet or nowhere else. You post pictures of so-and-so, they're gonna take them off. Do you think this lecture here is going all over the United States? Bull crap. I don't believe it because I haven't heard nothing from nobody in the United States. And everybody got a scale to figure out, is this true? Did this happen? That happened? They got a phone to call. Do you know Imam Musa? Man, that guy said this, that, another. They would be doing that, and it would be two or three people that missed the cues. You know, the cues is, if what I'm saying is true, then don't you call me. I'm actually saying that. And, you know, that's what it's been saying that. Don't call me, don't get in touch with nobody. You got 2, 3 brothers in your masjid, y'all get together. Don't tell the Imam, don't tell nobody. You know, you had to have went to school with him, and you had to go to school with him, you grew up together in that masjid. So you know his mama, that way you have a chance to survive. But don't call the brother. If you call me, imagine the money that they spend on me alone. It's millions. It's 24/7 for 35 or 40 years. You know, at least 35. Yeah, it's 35, 33, 30 something. It's been 24/7.